From Neural Newscast, this is Deep Dive, exploring the moments that shape today.
Welcome to Deep Dive. It is June 18th, and we are looking back at a day that truly closed one massive chapter of history while opening several others in the worlds of music, film, and even astronomy.
We are stepping onto the muddy fields of Belgium to witness the end of an empire. This date effectively redrew the maps of Europe for a century. Frederick here, ready to dig into the details.
It is a heavy start, Frederick. We are talking, of course, about the Battle of Waterloo. It happened in 1815, and for Napoleon Bonaparte, it was the final curtain call after his escape from exile and his brief return to power.
It was the ultimate showdown. Napoleon was looking to reclaim his former glory, but he was met by a massive coalition of forces. On one side, you had the British troops, led by the Duke of Wellington, and on the other, the Prussian army, under Field Marshal von Blücher.
This was not just a military loss, it was a total collapse of the Napoleonic dream. The defeat was so absolute that the word Waterloo itself entered our language as a permanent synonym for a final crushing downfall.
The fighting was brutal, hampered by heavy rains that delayed the start of the battle. That delay proved fatal for the French because it allowed the Prussians to arrive just in time. Once they joined the fray, the French lines broke, and the era of French dominance in Europe effectively ended that evening.
It shifted the entire power balance of the continent, leading to a long period of relative peace and monarchical restoration. It is fascinating how one day of rain and mud can change the course of millions of lives across generations.
It certainly did. But as we move from the sounds of cannon fire to something a bit more melodic, June 18th also marks the birth of some individuals who conquered the world through art and performance.
We have a star-studded list today. Let us start with a man who needs very little introduction. Born in 1942 in Liverpool, Paul McCartney turns another year older today.
The impact Paul has had on music is almost impossible to quantify. As a member of the Beatles, and later as a solo artist and leader of Wings, he essentially wrote the soundtrack for the entire second half of the 20th century.
From the early pop energy of the 60s to those complex, experimental ballads, his songwriting partnership with John Lennon remains the gold standard. He is a living legend who continues to tour and influence new generations of musicians, even now, well into his 80s.
And staying with that theme of global influence, we also celebrate the birthday of Isabella Rossellini, born in 1952. She carries a massive cinematic legacy as the daughter of actress Ingrid Bergman and director Roberto Rossellini.
She really carved out her own unique path, Adriana. She was a major face in the fashion world as a model for Lancôme for years, but her acting in films like Blue Velvet showed such a daring, avant-garde side. More recently, audiences might recognize her from her role in the film Conclave.
She is a true polymath. Actress, filmmaker, and she even has a deep interest in animal behavior, which she explores in her own short film series. She brings a certain cosmopolitan elegance to everything she touches.
Finally, we have a very different kind of icon. Blake Shelton was born on this day in 1976. He has become a pillar of modern country music and a household name through his work on television.
Blake has that perfect bridge between the traditional Nashville sound and mainstream superstardom. Between his long list of #1 hits and his years as a coach on The Voice, he has helped define the face of country music in the 21st century.
It is quite a trio. Paul, Isabella, and Blake. 3 very different voices, but each one has earned a massive, dedicated following across the globe.
While we are looking at notable figures, we should also look back at one of the strangest things ever recorded in the Middle Ages. It takes us all the way back to the year 1178.
This is one of my favorite pieces of historical record. 5 monks in Canterbury, England, were looking at the moon just after sunset on June 18th when they saw something truly terrifying.
They described a flaming torch springing up from the moon, spewing out fire, hot coals, and sparks. The Abbey's chronicler actually wrote that the moon throbbed like a wounded snake. Imagine the fear that would instill in people in the 12th century.
It sounds like an apocalypse. Modern astronomers think they were likely witnessing a massive meteor impact that created the Giordano Bruno crater. It is incredible that we have this vivid eyewitness account from nearly 850 years ago.
It shows that even in an age before telescopes, people were looking up and documenting the wonders and the terrors of the universe. It is a perfect reminder of why these historical records are so precious. For more daily stories, visit deepdive.neuralnewscast.com.
From the surface of the moon to the battlefields of Waterloo and the stages of the world, June 18th is a day of monumental endings and brilliant beginnings. I'm Adriana Costa.
And I am Frederick Moore. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. Deep Dive is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. Explore history every day on Neural Newscast.
This has been Deep Dive on Neural Newscast, exploring the moments that shape today.